Welcome back to History Unveiled. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jordan. Today, we're diving into a fascinating chapter of Zionist history, Theodor Herzl's lobbying efforts in London and the eventual push for the Balfour Declaration. So, Alex, what were the initial challenges Herzl faced when he first arrived in London?
When Theodor Herzl arrived in London in November 1895, he was full of ambition but completely unknown. He had just one letter of introduction to Sir Samuel Montagu, and his initial encounters with the Anglo-Jewish elite were less than encouraging. They didn't exactly roll out the red carpet for him.
Right. Despite his groundbreaking ideas about establishing a Jewish state in Palestine, Herzl struggled to gain traction. He even offered to step down from leadership just to secure a meeting with Lord Rothschild, but that didn't pan out.
However, his fortunes began to change during his second visit to London thanks to Israel Zangwill, who organized a lecture tour for him. One of the key stops was the Maccabean Club, which aimed to promote Jewish interests.
The Maccabean Club was significant because it represented a proto-Zionist movement. Herzl was invited not just as a politician, but as a Jew of letters. Yet even there, he found mixed support. The club members were more focused on intellectual discussions than political action.
Exactly. But the club did inspire some members to take action. Herbert Bentwich organized a Maccabean pilgrimage to Palestine, which transformed many participants into advocates for Zionism. This trip was crucial. It marked a shift from religious interest in Palestine to a more nationalistic perspective.
That's a pivotal moment. The pilgrims returned with a narrative that echoed the Zionist idea of an empty land waiting for a people without land. It's fascinating how their experiences in Palestine reshaped their views.
While Herzl struggled with the Anglo-Jewish elite, he found unexpected support among the working-class Jewish community in London's East End. At the Jewish Working Men's Club on Great Isles Street, he delivered a passionate speech that resonated with the impoverished Jewish immigrants.
10,000 people turned out to hear him speak. Herzl's message of a Jewish state electrified this audience, even though he later dismissed them as schnorrers, a term for beggars. It shows his complex relationship with the very people he sought to inspire.
Herzl's next major address took place at the Great Assembly Hall on Mile End Road, where he aimed to rally even more grassroots support. This venue, built by philanthropist Frederick Charrington, was a symbol of hope for the poor.
Absolutely. Herzl's speech here was a pivotal moment in his campaign. He proclaimed, "The East End is ours," and directly challenged the wealthy Jewish elite who had been reluctant to support his vision. This populist approach helped solidify a base of support among ordinary Jews.
In 1900, Herzl held the Fourth Zionist Congress in London, marking the first time it occurred outside of mainland Europe. This was a strategic move to demonstrate that Zionism was not just an intellectual pursuit, but a grassroots movement.
Exactly. Herzl wanted to show that the idea of a Jewish state resonated with not only intellectuals, but also the working class. He emphasized the urgent need for a charter from the Ottoman Empire for a Jewish state, especially in light of rising anti-Semitism in Europe.
Herzl's lobbying efforts were sophisticated. He flattered the British elite, suggesting that a Jewish state would serve British interests in Asia. His ability to connect Zionism with British imperial aspirations was a clever tactic.
Indeed, he framed the establishment of a Jewish state as beneficial not just for Jews, but for the stability of the region. This approach was crucial in gaining sympathy from influential British politicians.
The establishment of the English Zionist Federation in 1899 marked a significant step in organized lobbying. They aimed to gain political influence and support for Zionism within the British Parliament.
Absolutely. They employed modern lobbying tactics, sending out questionnaires to MPs to gauge support. This was a precursor to the lobbying strategies we see today, similar to organizations like AIPAC in the US.
Herzl's journey in London illustrates the complexities of early Zionist lobbying, from struggling to connect with the elite to finding unexpected support among the working class. His efforts laid the groundwork for future advocacy.
And as we see, the push for the Balfour Declaration was not just a political maneuver. It was the result of years of grassroots mobilization and strategic lobbying. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for grasping the historical context of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict today.
Thanks for joining us on this enlightening journey through history. Be sure to subscribe and catch our next episode as we continue to explore the stories that shape our world.